YouTube Tuesday from Barnabas Junction, brought to you in association with the Model Railway YouTube Community Group, MRYCG, connecting the Model Railway community together. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and YouTube. Just search for MRYCG.
Hello, good evening, everybody. Welcome to tonight's YouTube Tuesday. It's episode 7 of Series 5. So, first of all, Merry Christmas for everybody for this Christmas coming. Christmas Day, Santa's going to be good to us all, hopefully, on Friday night into Saturday. What are we going to be getting? Anybody? Or any ideas? Let us know. I'm just looking at the chat already. It's 23 of you already. Right, first of all, let's do this. I always forget every week. Big thank you to all the channel and member supporters for supporting this channel with a little bit of a channel membership, helping to put this show it helps to fund to put these shows together and give you the YouTube Tuesday every single week. So yes, please do check out these channels. I do appreciate, and they will appreciate you checking out these channels. All great channels to check out and great support from all of them. Thank you very, very, very much. You've absolutely been so great to have you supporting the channel via channel memberships. So thank you very much. Please do. The links to every single one of these channel members can be found in the description of this video and other YouTube Tuesdays every single time it's broadcast. So please do take a moment when you have the opportunity. If you haven't already, go check them out. And if you like what you see, please do subscribe. So yes, it's the Tuesday before the big day. And I'll tell you this now, before we get any further, this is the last one, not of the series, but of 2021. There will not be one next week. Taking a break with the Christmas period. There won't be one next week, but it will be back in 2022. I think the first Tuesday in 2022 is the 4th, second being the 11th. I'm going to aim for the 4th, so we'll be back on the 4th of July. Brand new year, but still with the same series 5, continuing on with episode 8. Also, don't forget, today we are going to be launching, or will launch, the competition to win the prizes that I showed last week. I've got them at the side of me, so we'll quickly go over those again as well. And I will be there will be questions for entering this competition. And there are prizes for 000 O and N gauge modelers out there. So you'll have to answer the questions and also, or question, I should say. It relates to all previous episodes of YouTube Tuesday in Series 5 that we're currently in. So if you haven't watched the episodes, you'll need to watch them to find your answer to the question. So yeah, good luck with that. That'll be coming up a little later on. But what I want to do is obviously, this is the last of 2021. What I want to do for you guys is invite you, the fabulous audience, you modelers out there, every single one of you. I am going to invite you all to come and join me tonight on this stream and talk about your model railway and what you're looking at getting maybe for Christmas. So I'm going to be posting into the chat. I'll just sort that out. In fact, I already have. So I'm going to be sorting that out for you right now. Let me just put that in the chat. Join the show. There is the link. So can't guarantee everybody will get in at one time, but we'll have a great conversation between us all. So you're all welcome to come and join me. Anybody, you don't even need to have a camera. All you need is a microphone. You can come in as a voice only if you wish. There is a link. Just click on that link and you will be dropped into the basement area awaiting to go live. One thing I will recommend, though, is when you're on the stream, if you do join, if you're on the stream, don't watch on YouTube then, just watch via the live stream. And it's better, it does work on mobile devices, but it is better to use a computer, laptop, etc., etc. Right, so I'm going to do this in a moment. Actually, let's have a look at everybody that's in the chat. So let me scroll back to the beginning. Newland Railway saying choo choo. The Growler Blackwood Engage is in. Good evening to you. Clive Cabal, good evening to you. Simon's Trains Model Railway Showcase, he's in there, and he put, on the first day of Christmas, DB sent to Barnabas Junction a lovely DB Red Class 66. No, they didn't. No, they didn't. Clive Gabold, Merry Christmas, Jason, and all in chat from Northern Ireland. Merry Christmas to you too. Flymo is in, the man with the spanner. Good evening to you, Flymo. Saying good evening to Clive and everybody else also in the chat. Leslie Gilpin is in. Hello to you. Who else? Oswey Street Road TMD. Matthew Whitmore. Finnerton, Brian is in. Dearmore Junction, good evening to you. Thanks for dropping in. Just having a look what you've all been saying, but most people are just saying hello to one another. Also, yes, I will not forget to mention that Simon. Mark Donegal, Dad is in. Good evening. Thank you for joining us. Mike Pringle is in. Good evening to you. Who else have we got in? Smallwood Junction. Thank you for dropping by. Good evening to you. Who else? CSX Wrensville. Season's greetings to all. Season's greetings to you. Debbie. Good evening, Debbie. And thank you very much for the wonderful prize that I won from you. Thank you for dropping by this evening. I showed it off last week's show, and I am really, really liking it. It's absolutely fantastic weathering on that. The Growler is in. Arthur Humphreys, good evening to you and everybody in chat. Owen's Model Railway, good evening, Owen. Thank you for dropping in. David Cook, evening to you. Moreland Model Railway, Andy, evening to you, sir. Who else are we catching up with? CV Railroad in HO Scale. Good evening. Thank you for dropping in. It's great to see a new name in the chat. Who else have we got in? Everyone's talking. Ahoy, hoy. Everybody says Digger. I've got the new O gauge Class 60 020 in GBRF delivery, says Matthew Whitmore. I love O gauge. That's going to be huge. King Fox Junction. Hi, Jason. I'm getting the Hogwarts Express. Wow. It's something that I would like, but it's not really fitting to my model railway. But then again, it's great for a steam running session. Crossways Point Junction. Bernie, good evening. I hope you are well, my friend. I hope you're bearing up. Looking back, there we go. So what I'm going to do, oh, there's Aaron, upwell and onwards. Don't get told off from the boss. Mark Wilson, good evening to you. So what I'm going to do is now, what I said I was going to do is this. Yes, it's shout out time as normal, but for this show, shout outs are for everybody tonight that are in the chat. You are my whole shout outs for the show, and my moderators were going to do the absolute honor and be going to be posting links to all your channels into the chat tonight. If Flymo, you got your work cut out, I'm afraid. But I'm sure if there's any other moderators out there, I'm sure they will assist. In fact, what I'm going to do is, where are you? Let's find you. I'm going to, because I know I think Flymo is the only actual moderator in here currently. So I'm going to add another moderator. There he is. No, I don't want to put him in timeout. Add as moderator. There he is. Right. So we do have now 2 moderators in the show tonight. Maybe more will drop in very shortly. So yes, Owen, you're now a moderator as well. So if you want to help Flymo along, please can moderators post links to everybody's channels that are in chat that have model railways tonight. So thank you very much, and I'll get some chats up on screen. We do have someone down in the basement waiting to join the stream. So without further ado, I think we'll bring them in, and it is Santa. Good evening, Mark.
Hi, everybody. How you doing, Jason?
I'm not too bad. Thank you very much for joining us. How's things over in Donegal?
It's dry, cold. Everything's going well. Kids are all
grey.
excited for Christmas.
I like that. It's grey, cold, but everything's going well. Yes, it's rather. It's not too cold here. It's cool, coldish, but yeah, grey, wet, and obviously today's the shortest day.
It is.
It is. So, hey, that means summer's on its way, everybody.
Yeah, days will be getting longer.
Yes, the nights are drawing out. Summer's going to be on its way.
Yeah.
So everyone, welcome, Donegal Dad. It's Mark, all dressed up, ready for Christmas, I hope.
Yeah, all ready to go.
Excited?
Yeah, I've got 6 kids in this house, so they're keeping me busy.
Oh, I bet.
Well, when I say kids, they range from 7 to 21, but
it's still kids, all young at heart.
Yes.
So you're looking forward to anything from Santa yourself?
I'm not looking for anything exciting. I'm hoping I'll get some water to do some modeling. So whatever resin water they'll get me.
Yeah.
I'm also after an extractor fan because I want to build my own little spray booth.
Right. That's something I've always thought about doing when I'm doing my spraying, so I don't have to go out in the garden all the time.
Yeah. So if I get that, then that'll be one of my projects for the new year. Building a
little
little spray booth.
Will you be filming all about that?
I will be. Yeah.
I look forward to that. It's going to be interesting to watch.
Yeah,
give me some inspiration then to go and get one done for myself.
So I'm going to hopefully be doing that in the new year. I've got to finish off my own layout, get the station area built, which I've been sort of putting on the long finger for ages.
Cool.
And I've got an end-to-end layout I'm also building, which I hope is good enough I can take to shows. And then in the new year, I'm going to be building a G-scale garden railway in the Heritage Centre.
Right.
So, yeah, I've got plenty to keep me busy.
Well, I will at some point when we're able to and can do. Is I do hope to fly over back to Ireland one day.
Yeah.
And hopefully come and visit.
Well, you'd be more than welcome. I'll give you the tour, and we've got a little 3-foot way bogey, petrol-driven way bogey, and there's one person has restored a stretch track, only about 200 meters, probably not even that long, at an old gatehouse. So if you come over, I can arrange to have it there, and we can scoot up and down the track on it.
Oh, that'd be great. Look forward to that. All right, so we do have someone else in. So Mark, I'll introduce you to the Growler. Well, he was there. He's gone. Hang on. Hang on. He's got 2 cameras for some reason. There he is.
Evening, all.
Hi, how's it going?
So, introducing the Growler. How are you? Are you prepared for Christmas?
I most certainly am. I do know actually what I'm getting.
Oh, you're a boy then for Santa. Oh, I think he's froze. I think he's froze. Yeah, he's dropped. He had two connections for some reason. One's just dropped out. Anyway, Growler, pop back when you get the opportunity to. We'll just bring you out there. So yeah, the Growler is with us. He'll do his best to drop back in a moment. Connection issues, but yeah, well, that's better actually. I'm in widescreen as yourself. So yeah, I look forward to that, Mark, and appreciate that dearly.
Yeah, no, I'll give you a good tour, and anybody else who comes over to Donegal, give me a shout, and I'll give you a tour around the museum. And
just for obviously travel situation, how if people were to travel, say from the UK and they were coming over to Ireland, Northern Ireland, how would they get to you roughly?
Well, obviously it depends where you live in the UK. You can either fly into Belfast and then just drive across the border, Northern Ireland to the Republic, or Dublin. There are flights from some of the smaller airports to places like Knock, and Shannon and Cork, which are the other end of the country. But
yeah,
to get to Donegal, the best place would be to fly into Belfast.
Right, yeah. So there you go. If anyone is wanting to go and visit the Donegal Railway, where Mark is very much I would say in charge. Is that correct?
Well, I'm the chairman of the board of trustees. So
there you go. Can't get in charge.
Yeah, the buck stops with me, so I'm the one who's responsible at the end of the day if anything goes wrong.
Yeah, so you're the one that gets the slap on the wrist.
Yeah, I'm the one who goes to jail.
Do not pass go. So great stuff. Hopefully the Growler can bob back in if he gets the opportunity. He's not come back up into the basement area. Oh, I said that, and he's just appeared. So let's bring him back in. Oh, are we here with you there now?
I'm back. Small internet issue problems. The internet doesn't appear to work terribly well out in my man shed.
What I'm going to do actually, because they've moved it. There we go. So good evening, Ewan, aka the Growler, Blackwood Engage. Have you been a good boy for Santa?
Oh, I most certainly have. As I said, I think before I lost the signal, I made my list up months ago, so I do know what's actually coming.
So there's no surprises.
No doubt there will be some surprises. I just know there'll be some surprises, but yes, I did make my list up a good while ago. So hopefully it's all arrived. I haven't actually seen any of it, so hopefully it's hidden somewhere in this house.
Just totally off subject, actually. Mark.
Yeah.
Did you sort them out?
I think my daughter has ordered them.
Right, there you go. I did. Just for those that you weren't watching last week, straight away at the start of the show, we were in here and these curtains were closed, and Mark's daughter told him to ask, "Where are them curtains from?" And they're glow-in-the-dark curtains with constellations and stars and stuff. So there was a big conversation beyond me going on in the chat with the wife, explaining about where they're from. So after the show, I just did a peeky picture of them. Attempted to show a picture of them glowing and sort of details about where they were from. So yeah, so she's looking forward, hopefully, to getting herself a set.
Yeah, I think it's going to be the new year before they arrive. It's a bit late now to be ordering stuff to Ireland.
Right then, Ewan. So you know what you're getting. Are they presents to yourself, or are they coming from others?
Well, they're coming from my wife and stepdaughters. So, so as I say, I made the list up quite a number of months ago. I have actually forgotten some of the things I actually put in the list, because I always put a list and say I don't want everything. You can pick something off, various things off the list, but invariably everything on that list appears, but I can't remember what I had totally in the list. So there will be some surprises on it. I'm sure there will be
surprises. Mark, do you know anything that you're getting?
No, I don't. I've hinted at various things. We actually, on the computer here, we have a spreadsheet with all our names on it, and if there's anything any of us wants, we put it on that list with links or whatever. So then they can just pick something off that list and ordered.
Just having a look.
That's very well organised, Mark. Very well organised.
Well, when it comes to when somebody asks you, oh, what do you want? You can't think, and you just go to the list. Well, yeah, this is what I want here. I want this, this, and this, and then they can pick something in their particular price bracket.
I get enough. I get enough spreadsheets at work, so spreadsheets for Model Railways. No.
Anybody got any ideas what might be on my wish list for Christmas? Let us know in the comments. I bet there will be a few red ones mentioned. But no, there won't be those. None of that's on my list. Just looking at the chat, actually, if everybody that's any new faces, any new names that have appeared. Just looking. New Durham Junction. Craig is in. He's saying, hi guys, wishing you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Just dropping in, so I'm at the work. Take care all. Thank you for joining us, Craig. Yeah, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year to yourself. Yeah, Owen's working well alongside Flymo there, posting links to everybody. Because remember, today everybody is a shout out, as it is Christmas. So you deserve, just for being here, you deserve a shout out. So they're doing a grand job. Steve at Route 7 Railway says, hey, Jason. Hello, everybody. Good evening to you. What's that actually? Flymo's just put in Tyrconnell Street, Donegal.
Tyrconnell Street. That's the address of the Heritage Centre.
There we go. He's Flymo is. He's
he is
number one.
he's a top moderator.
Yeah,
he helps me out on my streams no end.
That's what I call him. He's the mega mod.
Yeah, the mega mod.
The mega mod. Yeah, he's does an absolutely cracking job. Mark over at Main Train Esports saying Merry Christmas to everybody. Jeff Hammond, yes, of Flint Hills, saying Merry Christmas to everybody.
Get off to bed now, okay?
St. Mary's Church Model Railway saying hello to all in chat and Merry Christmas.
Yeah,
there he is.
Off to bed now.
Christmas to you. Who else have we got that's dropped in since? Just catching up, everyone's saying everybody. Do you know what? I don't know if you've seen these live shows, but everybody's saying hello to everybody for ages.
Yeah.
Do you get it yourself, Mark?
Yeah, especially if I'm out in the shed and I'm doing a bit of modelling and I'm watching yourself or Jenny or somebody like that, and then somebody says hello to me and I'm like, oh, I got to type back hello, and then you miss somebody who says hello to you and you're hoping nobody's insulted because you haven't responded. And
I know I feel quite guilty myself when people saying hello. If someone says hello specifically to you, I say, if I'm on a mobile, it's more difficult to tag them. If you're on a computer and you're watching on YouTube, you can actually tag the person directly to say hello to them. But on a mobile, it's much more difficult. So I just end up saying hello everybody in chat. So,
that's what I do. Because sometimes I just lurk in the background instead of saying hello because I just want to get on with something.
In fact, speak. It's the man with many jokes. Hello, 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 and hi. That's what we just need to say. Ollie's in Warder Road saying good evening all. Merry Christmas to you. March West Junction TMD saying hello to. Oh, what's that? I hate watching live streams on mobile devices. I bet it's purely because you can't tag people to say hello. I like watching them on mobile. It's convenient. But, there's a new one coming in. Burton Central. Yes, good evening. Merry Christmas to you. Mr. X for dropping in. Merry Christmas to all, he says. You're actually going to feature in something very shortly, so stay posted. Johnny Dawson, hello everyone from across the pond. Good afternoon, I'd probably have to say to John. Yes, he is over the other side of the Great Lake, known as the Atlantic Ocean, or pond as we all like to call it. Growler, Ewan. The layout, how's it coming along?
Slowly. I do have the two helixes in now, which was a bit of a mammoth task to actually get them built. I did have to. The kit that came from the company I got did need a little bit of adjusting. but that's been done, and the main thing is the 2 helixes are in. The tracks are now joined up, so I can actually run 2 trains on 2 new circuits, which is really, really good. And even now, I can see some improvements, shall we say, to the existing layout, because it is the 2 new circuits are joined on to the existing layout, but I've already spotted one bit where I think I can improve the way the outer circuits are now linked in. So that will be a task probably for next year. The main thing has been trying to super elevate the track on the new section. I think I might have overdone it, because when I ran my first, it was a class 170 DMU, it fell over because the cant was too much.
Right.
So the track gang had to be asked to come back and remove some of the super elevation. So it's running fine now. I'm glad to say. I don't think any passengers were hurt in that.
I can just imagine the moment of seeing the train going round. You were watching it go, and it just went.
Yeah, it was slow. It was slow motion because I was running it quite slowly, and as it came round the curve, I thought to myself, "Oh, I think I might have overdone that with the super elevation." And then next thing, the whole train, the whole 3 cars were lying their side. So that was it.
Oh dear, oh dear. Oh, now is the layout coming for you, Mark?
Slowly.
I think that's a lot with us all at the moment, though, isn't it?
Yeah, like I had a lot of. I was very busy with the Heritage Centre because we had Drumbo and everything coming back, and that took up a lot of my time. So I didn't get near the layout. Just haven't found time. Now I'm looking forward to over the Christmas. I'm gonna have a couple of weeks off, and hopefully I can get stuck into it and carry on with doing the station and everything else. Yeah, I mean, you would have seen it on my live streams.
Yeah.
Apart from doing the sort of tunnels in the rocky area and some of the hills and the churchyard, I haven't really done much more at the moment. So, but
it's one to you in 45 degrees might be a bit steep.
It could well be, Jeff. It could well be.
If anybody's got any questions for these 2 guys that are here tonight already in the chat, please do let us know, and if I see them, I'll put them up on the screen so we can get asking. Good evening to Howard Promfit, who's just joined us as well. Hope you are doing well, and thank you for joining us. Just having a look now. Angel Shares Model Railway, he's just joined. Good evening to you. Hi, Jason, Mark, Ewan, and happy Christmas to all in chat, and happy Christmas to you also. Thank you for joining us, Brian. Richard, that's called. Oh, yes, I have spotted, and I did put it up on the screen. Let me just get him. There he is. Richard over at Darlingborough Model Railway. Thank you for joining us, Richard. I hope you and the family are doing well, and the shed's not too cold, which it probably is, because I know he's been telling in a lot of videos it's been a bit cold to get out there and do some model railway work. But I will say is he recently just published a video about what's coming up on Christmas Eve from his channel. It's going to be quite funny. He's got a bit of a bloopers outtakes video coming, and we all like bloopers, don't we? And we've all got them.
Yeah.
Don't show them live. Well, if they're live, then it does happen. But we don't show them in our videos because we all cut them out, don't we? But I save them, but I don't really. I've only done one blooper video. Would you say you'd be able to? You've got plenty of bloopers, Mark?
Yeah, what I tend to do with my bloopers is I'll put them, if I have any decent ones, I'll put them at the end of the video that they belong to.
Yeah.
The hardest bit I have that I always make mistake with every week is doing the outro, and I say the same thing every week, but it takes me about 4 or 5 goes to get it right.
What about you, Ewan?
Yeah, I usually just bin because there's usually about umpteen takes, and then I say, "Oh, that's rubbish." I just delete it and start again because I'm not a professional. You guys are far better at it than me. And
I wouldn't say I'm anywhere professional.
You're far better than me. One of the things, I find obviously holding down a full-time job and then trying to do the modelling and also trying to do the videos and everything. You guys will know the videos take a huge amount of time and effort to actually put together, even if it's just for 15-20 minutes. The amount of time that you probably spend editing it all. Some people probably don't realise maybe the amount of time that's actually spent unless they're actually putting up their own videos. So and I take my hat off to some of these other guys that really produce these really top-notch videos. I wish I could do the same. Maybe when I retire, that'll be I'll go in some course so I can improve my video output, shall we say.
My video editing, it's adequate for me. I'm happy with it. I know it's not highly professional, but I'm happy with it, and hopefully others are to view. So I must be doing something right. Crossways Bernie has just asked, I have a question. Is there any modelers moment tonight? No modelers moment tonight. That's because we're launching the competition, and actually nobody's requested it. So if anyone wants to be on modelers moment on the show, and for when we return in the new year, just email me barnabasjunction@gmail.com with photographs or a short video, and it can be included in future episodes. But we do have actually some particular questions for you guys in the chat. I'm just scrolling back now through to them. Where are we? Right. Oswald Street Road TMD. How are you, Mark? And how is the Polish, or is it Polish layout coming on? I think, is that to you or is that to somebody else? I'm not sure directly.
I think that's Mark at Main Train.
Yeah, that's Main Train. Polish layout.
Yeah.
So Oswald Street Road TMD is asking Mark Main Train Esport how the Polish layout is coming along, if he wants to reply on that. But we do have a question from Mark Wilson. What are the pros and cons of having a channel, as I'm thinking of starting one? I'll go first. The pro is it's a great place to document, even if it's just for yourself, your progression of your building of your own model railway. Because as I've progressed, I've ended up going back to some of my older videos because I forgot how to do something. So I just go back and watch my own, and I go, oh yeah, that's how I did it, and then go and do it again. It's just a great way of documenting your own progression, and obviously it entertains others. That's probably my biggest pro for me.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Yeah. The other, I find it's an incentive to go out and do a bit of modeling. But at the same time, you shouldn't put yourself under pressure to say, I've got to get a video out this week. I've got to do something. Yeah,
it's a hobby at the end of the day.
It's a hobby, yeah. And one of the cons is when you are doing some modeling and you're videoing it, you have to keep stopping to take a shot, do some video, and then go back to it. And then, and if you're doing something that you can only do once, a bit of modeling, and something goes wrong with the camera, it doesn't get the footage or whatever, then you've lost it.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, so that can be one of the, but to me, overall, it was a good incentive to get out there. And it's Charlie's fault from Chadwick why I started the channel, because back in 2019, when I was last at Worley, I was chatting to him, and he said, oh, why don't you have a channel? And I was like, well, I don't really have time. I work, I look after a museum, I've got 6 kids. And he was like, that's no excuse. and then of course, lockdown happened.
Yeah.
And then I found I had time, and then I started building a 6x4 layout for my daughter, and I started filming it and then I was surprised, because then you launch it and you think, oh, I won't get any subs, and then you get 50, and then it goes to 100, and then it starts creeping up, and then that gives you the incentive then to keep going. You're like, even though my kids are highly embarrassed that their dad's doing model railways on YouTube.
Nothing to be embarrassed about, kids.
Yeah, they're terrified that their friends are going to find out. It's a big secret at the moment. But
I'm all right. My daughter is actually very proud, and she tells all her friends apparently. And I've had people come subscribe to me that are friends of hers and say, "Oh, my dad's a YouTube Model Railway. You need to check him out because he's funny."
Yeah.
That's he's funny.
They've started coming around a bit since I passed the 1,000 subs mark. They're going, all right, okay, because I think they all thought this was a fad and I'd give up after 6 months. There would be
they do help out because I've seen them many a times on some of your live streams helping out.
Yeah, my youngest daughter Rachel, she's my camera person. She really helps a lot. And then when I was doing, like last week, I was doing the live stream from the railway centre, which the broadband kept letting me down there, so I kept breaking up. Jennifer, my second youngest daughter, second oldest daughter, she was there helping out, and so they do help out. And then the last video I done off the Thomas train there, my son actually gave it a go with the camera because he said he was fed up of watching my videos and seeing terrible camera work. He said, I'm going to do it now. So he was, I don't know, he was thinking he was Steven Spielberg or something going around.
What about you, Ewan?
Well, I echo what you said. When I started uploading stuff to YouTube, it was actually for me. I didn't think anybody would be bothered watching the channel. It was so I could document my progress. And like you, Jason, I do go back and I look at some of the early stuff and I look at some of the scenery and I think to myself, I thought at the time that was really brilliant. But now when I see it, I think it's actually quite poor. And again, as you started, there was big gaps between me uploading videos, and then all of a sudden I uploaded the video and I get something like 60 or 70 people watched it, and I'm thinking 60 or 70 people actually watched that, and that does give you the incentive to say, well, what if I put in a lot of it? I wonder if that's just a fluke, and then all of a sudden you start to get a kind of rapport with some people, and I mean, I see my own channel is building up. I think I've just passed the 1,500 subscriber mark, and I always say to people, my channel, I try to showcase what you can do in Engage, because I do get a lot of people saying that's not Engage, surely that's 00, and I say no, you can get as much detail in Engage nowadays because everything has advanced so much. And obviously, I mean, I was a 00 gauge modeler when I lived with my parents many moons ago. I had a 00 gauge layout, but when I got the chance to come back into railway modelling, I don't have, a huge big room that I could justify a circular 00 gauge layout where I could run sort of realistic length trains. So that's why I went down the road of Engage. And I see the channel is just there to try and showcase what you can do with Engage, and hopefully I achieve that. And if I encourage any other people into Engage, then all the better.
I see that there's two primarily ones that obviously I'm subscribed to, and that's you and John Warner. You're both engaged.
John is a fantastic modeler. He's great at doing the scenic work. He obviously has great artistic skills in that he can paint these backgrounds, and he's obviously got a technical mind in terms of all this 3D printing he does now. It's absolutely fantastic, and his layout is absolutely brilliant. I mean, the actual, obviously, the centrepiece is Manchester Piccadilly Railway Station in Engage, and I mean, he is making an absolutely fantastic job of it.
Detail.
Yeah.
Absolutely fantastic. Right, moving on with the next question. Darlingborough Model Railway saying, right, so we're going to answer this as quickly as possible. Then, what part of building a layout do you enjoy the most? Also, which bits of it you hate? So we'll start with Ewan.
Track lane. I love getting the track laid, and the track laid absolutely perfectly. I do see even some big layouts that the track, in my view, is not laid 100% properly. So I do like the track laying. Bits that I probably don't like, having to crawl about with my hands and knees under baseboards and doing the wiring. That's probably the bits I don't like, but it has to be done.
And Mark, what about yourself? What do you love the most and what do you hate the most?
I like the whole thing. I like the whole from building the baseboards to putting down the track and doing all the scenery bits and the whole design of it and doing the electrics and putting everything in place and getting it all working. I enjoyed all. I wouldn't say there's bits I hate. There's bits I find frustrating, which is when you're trying to get it to work and you know you think it's all wired up. Why isn't this working? Why is this point shorting out? Why?
Yeah.
You know, and then you look and you investigate and you find you've put the wires the wrong way around, or you've wired the frog connection into the live, and something like that. You know, so it's doing little things like that. That, of course, I think a lot of people's pet hate is ballasting.
I think it's therapeutic, to be honest.
You know, it's just doing that. You're just like, oh god, I got to do the ballasting, and then you go around and do it. But I must admit that vacuum tool I got, that makes it so easy to do. So it's a breeze doing that now. But no, I just enjoy the whole thing. I mean, I enjoy building the layout. I don't necessarily enjoy running the trains.
All right.
You know, I for me, it's the building of it and developing it and getting it all to work.
Yeah.
And then to actually sit there and watch the trains going around, I find, I won't say boring, but it's going to be a bit controversial now with people. But for me, the model railways is building the whole thing and creating the scene and creating the story behind it.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, good point.
Because on my layout, I don't build anything to any particular era or area. And I think, I mean, if you look at my layout, I've got steams, diesels, electrics, Irish stuff, everything running on it, you know. And I just enjoy building it and getting it all working. Probably doing the electrics is probably the favorite thing of mine to get it doing. Anything from doing the LEDs and the points.
Yeah.
And,
well, everyone has different loves and hates. Me, I have a lot of loves, and I find as I progress with the construction, my love interest changes with what I'm doing. I love track laying. Obviously, that's what we would do all at the beginning. I love the building of the high street. I absolutely loved doing that. I spent in the station. I spent so long. I spent, in fact, I think 18 months just on my high street doing that small section. And then I've moved on. I've done work on the TMD, and then I've moved and I've done my rock face, and I've started doing the scenics. And I'm absolutely crazy about that at the moment. And to be honest, because I'm loving that so much, the rest of the layout is being like forgotten about, and it's not working as good as it should do because I've pretty much forgotten all about it. But yeah, I think we all love something in our own special ways. I like ballasting, like you said, Mark. It's love or hate situation. I think it's very therapeutic, but I think it's when it becomes monotonous, when you've got loads to do all at the same time. If you do little bits now and then you don't hate it then. If you only do a little bit. So, and Richard at Darlingbird saying there, the pros, since I started the channel, I have received far more help and advice than I would ever have got. That's a big pro of having your own channel, because you can highlight to others what problems you've got instead of just looking for somebody, and then the answers will come in. The cons are tripling the time it takes to enjoy the hobby due to filming, editing, and uploading, just like you said, Ewan. Yeah, that is the downside. But doing a live stream does help a lot because it's all off the cuff. You don't really, there's not really that much preparation to it, apart from making sure you can do it. And if it goes wrong, it goes wrong. It's
like doing a live stream is a great thing for asking questions.
Yeah,
like I encourage people on my live streams to ask questions. I've actually created a Google document that people, if they don't want to put it into chat, they can put their question into the Google document so I can see it. And then I can answer the question. So people, if they're lurking in the background and feel too embarrassed to ask a question because they think it's a stupid question, there's no such thing as a stupid question.
No.
Because we all start somewhere with model railways, whether you've just got your first train set and you're figuring out how to put it together,
definitely.
Just ask a question and I'll try and answer it, because quite often I get in my videos, people will ask a question in there, and I say, come along to my live stream, and I'll actually demonstrate it.
Yeah.
Or point them to a video that will answer their question.
Definitely 100% agree with all that. I would say, there is no wrong question, because at the end of the day, we're all novices. No one's an expert.
Yeah.
So
no one is.
All learn from each other.
You're always learning. And I say one thing: when you're building a layout, as you go along, you're improving as you go along the layout. So by the time you get back to where you started, you can probably fit that up and start again and go, I've actually improved that. And you just keep going around in a circle.
That's why the entire layout is never complete.
No, it's never complete.
That's right. That's right.
Next question again from Mark Wilson. Sorry, another he says, but what editing software do you use? And do you use your phone to record? Well, I use my phone primarily for everything, all my recording. Occasionally, I might use my DSLR camera, but that's mainly for outdoor recording. But I find the phone is more than adequate for filming. My video editing software, I've got quite a few, and I've done a video on certain ones in the past, but my main one is Windows Movie Maker. I just find it so easy and simple just to use for basic video editing. What about you guys?
I use Power Director to edit the videos, and it's a mixture of either they're taken on the phone or on a small video camera. So it's a mixture of the both.
I have that as well. I have used it, but I still have problems working with it, and I end up always going back to Windows Movie Maker.
Right. I'm not seeing it. Sorry, Mark, carry on.
I use NCH VideoPad,
right?
Purely because I was using their. So I used to be involved doing sound for amateur dramatics, and I was using their sound software.
Yeah.
And I just went on to use their video software, and all I use for filming is my mobile phone. It's a Note 9. I use that on a gimbal, which I picked up off eBay for about 50 quid. One of the improvements I made for my sound is I got a wireless mic, and I found that that helps, because when I first started doing videos, that was some of the comments I had is one was the lighting and two was the sound.
Yeah.
So I got a wireless mic, just the Rode wireless mic, invested in that, and that seems to do the job.
Yeah, I think I tried a wireless mic, but I think it was just the one I got. It wasn't very good. Just looking actually who else is in there. Paul H is saying good evening all. I watch this every week. It's very informative. Thanks very much, Paul. Much appreciated for throwing in a comment there to let us know. I appreciate that dearly. We do have someone else down in the basement, so I'm going to be bringing them up in a moment. Just looking through for any further questions. Debbie's asking, does anyone do HO scale? Now, there is actually a channel named under HO scale in the chat right now. I've seen them chatting away. So yes, there are some HO scalers in here tonight, Debbie. I'm sure we'll pop them up in a moment. Just looking now to see if there's any other questions. Darlingbrood says he actually uses Final Cut Pro. It's an old Mac software for editing. Oh, I've not heard of that before. But yeah, iMovie on the Mac, pretty good. Yeah, you can get iMovie on my iPad, but it's really gone slow for me, so I stopped using it now. Yes, CSX Rentsville does HO, Debbie. There we go. Right, so let's bring in another guest, and it's Mr. Finnerton. And he's like,
hi, Brian.
There he is.
Hello.
Good evening, Brian. Thanks for dropping in.
Welcome.
How's things? All set for a big day?
Oh, nowhere near. I'm quite a fair way behind at the moment.
Yes, you've been locked away, hopefully in the railway room, but yeah, you have been locked away a little bit for the past couple of weeks, haven't you?
Yeah, unfortunately, I contracted COVID. So yeah, that's put a bit of a spanner in the works. But on the flip side of that, it gave me an opportunity to have a little bit of a play around with the layout as well. But yeah, I ended up making a lot of mistakes. But you what? Sorry.
What progress have you made then during your lock-up time?
I built a switch panel.
And also, I've just quickly just putting in there, when you've had a lock-in, were there some beers involved?
No, sadly not. Sadly not.
Can't have a lock-in with
to be honest with you, beer was the last thing on my mind, I tell you.
Okay, what progress have you made during that time then?
Well, I've made a little bit of progress, and I've also gone backwards a bit as well. I've also made quite an awful lot of mistakes as well.
We all do.
Yeah, I finally got my Morley controller back after blowing up the transformer.
If anyone said they didn't make mistakes, they would be middle name would be Pinocchio.
Yeah.
I always say I don't make mistakes. I just learn different ways not to do it.
No, I don't make mistakes. I just learn how to make them look like not a mistake.
Yeah, I was going to say I try best to try and cover it up. But no, my Morley controller, I blew up the transformer on controller 2. Sent it back. They very kindly repaired it for me free of charge. And during my COVID weeks, I thought, I'll plug it back in again and wire it all back up again. Done something wrong and blew up transformer and controller number 1. So was not happy.
Oh dear.
I would say not. No.
No. There is a bit of a mess around here at the moment, but
you don't want to see him. You don't want to see mile off. That's why I'm not there again. Literally, I can't get in. The stuff.
That's control. This is a new control panel I've built.
Okay.
And I took a leaf out of Jason's book.
Really?
And well, you know how you covered up your switch panel on your TMD.
Oh yes.
Well, that's how I've covered up mine.
You put a shed over it.
It's actually a take you all the way around. It's a what do they call them? Something quick.
Quick kit.
Yeah, one of those. It was an engine shed.
Right.
I bought it in a job lot a little while ago, and super quick. That's the word I was thinking
Super
of.
Quick. Yeah. Someone's just
and then what I did is I had a super quick station and engine shed, and the corner here, that corner there, was the station.
Right.
I chopped the station up into pieces and built this little office corner on the one side here.
So I'm just trying to find something. I've got a box full of bits and bobs here. During previous shows, I need to look for something. But yeah, fantastic that. Oh, sorry, Brian, I've dropped you out of the screen by mistake.
And also, I've been fixing a mistake that I made on the off ramp as well, my incline.
Yes.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah, basically, I made a big mistake on that. What I did was I got confused with percentages and degrees. So building an incline at roughly around 3 degrees, which I thought was the percentage.
So Ewan's got that, and Brian's got that.
Yeah. In the end, I think it worked out. I think it was just over 5 degrees. I think it was in the end. I've worked out now that if you do it, so if you get a level app on your phone, I think most people probably got them on their phones already, and use your phone as a level.
Mm-hmm.
If you do it to 1.1 degrees, that's 1.95%. So just shy of 2% incline. So yeah, so I've been doing it. Just show you quickly. Where is it? I'll just show you quickly how wrong I've got it. Hang on a minute.
Yeah, I think
that's how wrong I've got it.
Oh my, that's a bit of a difference. Just a fraction bit of a difference there.
Yeah, I've deliberately left that in so I could add that to my next video. but yeah, so it has got me down a little bit, I have to admit, having constantly making mistakes. The whole reason why I built a new layout is because I'd made so many mistakes with the old one, and now I feel like I'm doing it again. Different mistakes this time, not the same ones, but different ones.
One step forward, 2 steps back then.
Oh, it's about 4 steps backwards here at the minute. Honestly.
Well, we learn from our own mistakes. Unlike Brian, he learns from his. It takes 2 times to make mistakes. But yeah, we all learn from our mistakes.
How many layouts have you built now, Jason?
How many?
How many layouts have you built now?
How many layouts have I built? You mean how many reincarnations of my layout has there been?
Yeah.
11.
I already know the answer to this.
11. Took 11 times of laying my layout down before it worked and I was happy with it. Yeah.
Well, I'm on Mark 2, so I'm doing well.
That was over numerous years, 2 or 3 years. I think maybe a bit more than that, but yeah, 11 attempts, and I think it took until attempt 10 to realise I had too much track down. Because when we enjoy our trains, we'd like slap down as much track as we can to get on our layouts, as much rolling stock and locomotives, even if you're not going to run them, just like them to be there to make it look like a full yard or something like that. But yeah, so every bit of space on the layout, it was like, oh, I'll put a point in there and put some sidings, and I'll stick a run around there with a few sidings on it. It was literally, if I'd have left it like that, there would have been no station, there would have been no scenic section, there would have been no fiddle yard, TMB, nothing. It would have just been all sidings everywhere. And it's where my high street is now, that was another station up there. I had the upper level. When it came to where the station is, it split into 2 lines and went either side of an island platform. So I had that, and I was thinking, where am I putting my station buildings? Where am I putting my roads? And I was thinking, I've got nothing. So that was it. That was the final thing. I ripped up the track and I basically started again. That's how it ended up to be what it is today. And we're all guilty.
I mean, that's pretty much how I ended up with the last one. In fact, I didn't realise. I mean, my wife does try to follow my layout a little bit, and she does like to give a bit of constructive criticism to it every now and again.
Yeah.
But I didn't think she was really all that bothered about it. And then when I ripped up the old layout, I went downstairs and I told her what I'd done, and she cried. I couldn't believe it. I made my wife cry from putting my layout up.
Oh, God. Yeah, there's one from Mark, Maintain Eastport. You would need 5 locos to pull a coach up there instead of 1 loco. So basically, instead of 1 loco to pull 5 coaches, you'd need 5 locos to pull 1 coach up it.
Well, actually, where is it? I was using a loco to test it. What have I done with it? Where's that blooming A4 gone? Hang on, back in a minute.
Well, yeah, it's very great.
Right. So
there we go.
This is Golden Eagle. That the body I bought from Morley.
Mm-hmm.
And the chassis is an old Triang Hornby Flying Scotsman chassis. And this actually pulled 3 coaches up that incline.
Crikey, it's over 5%. Yeah, Declan Carlisle 68 saying probably cried your wife Brian, because she knew it was going to cost her more money to build another.
No, she actually genuinely liked it. I didn't realise how much she did like it. Even now, she keeps telling me she can't understand why I pulled it up.
But, you've left all your old layout videos on your channel, though, haven't
you? Yes, it's all there still.
Because obviously, I got to see it before you ripped it up, didn't I?
Yes, you did actually. I think you saw it. I think it was probably about. It's got to be probably about 3 months before I tore it up.
It wasn't that long, really. Yeah. So yeah.
No, it wasn't very long at all.
It was, and you know what? I feel a little bit guilty for you, really. And you probably know why. To be honest
with you, when I did it, I thought to myself, "Oh dear, what have I done?" But now I think about it, and I think I did make an awful lot of mistakes. The final nail in the coffin, I think, was when I was running my Evening Star around the track, and I'd ran it on a length of track that I'd never ran on it before. It went under the tunnel at where the old Finnerton Central was, and got stuck in the tunnel because the funnel caught the top of the tunnel.
Oh, right.
Yeah, it was the tunnel was actually too low.
Where'd the train go?
Yeah.
Well,
I'm trying to grab something.
On the one of the reasons why you probably ripped it up, and that was I brought a train with me, didn't I?
Yeah, one of these.
Yeah, one of them. And he said it was the best train that's ever ran on that layout.
It was. And then about a year later, I bought this.
Yay! You got yourself up.
I've been searching for one for ages. And a lot of people know him already. Jan, who works at Scale Model Scenery. He had one for sale. And I managed to grab enough money for it. And he actually drove it all the way down here.
Nice, great comment here from Richard Darlimer again. Has your wife subscribed to your channel? If not, why not?
She hasn't subscribed to my channel, but she does occasionally watch the videos.
Yeah, likewise. I think Rachel subscribed to mine. How about your family members, Mark? Can any of your family members subscribe to your channel?
Yeah, they are. My son, he subscribes just so he can give a thumbs down to every one of my videos.
Well, it doesn't count anymore because no one can see them.
Yeah, well, like when you could see them, if you looked at all my videos, they all had one.
At least one.
It was from him.
And it was always in. What about you, Ewan?
Yes, my wife, she is subscribed, but she usually leaves cryptic comments on them. If anybody's students, they won't understand, but they're especially for me.
The worst thing for me is if my missus is watching the live streams and she can see what I've been purchasing, and it's like, no, I've had that for ages.
Well, you've just shown it on your channel that you just bought it.
That's why I don't do very many unboxings, because
I'm exactly the same.
Well, do you know what? And I say this a lot. Right, she'll come up in the loft and she says, "Not seen that train before." And I'm like, "You bought it, love." Well, I don't come up here that often, so I don't see the stuff. You bought it for my birthday last year. Did I? Well, I don't remember that. I think you're lying. I'm like, oh. She does it. And she's probably watching now, and she's probably going to comment, "Yeah, you do." But yeah, I think we're all guilty. I admit, she'll know. I've snuck the odd thing in, but a lot of times I've snuck stuff in because it's to do with the layout, but it's for her, so I kind of can get away with it.
I went and bought a Colas Class 47 because the name of it was Rebecca, which is my missus' name. So that was my excuse. I had to buy it. It's got your name on it.
Any locals called Rachel?
Well, that's why I'm looking now for names with my children on it, so I can go, well, I had to buy it. It's my child's name. Perfect
reason, indeed.
I always make sure I remove the price tags when I leave the model shop. I can be seen walking up a certain streets in Carlisle removing price tags, so that when I get asked what you bought, I just got a couple of things here, but there's no prices shown.
Oh dear. Just joining us is the Train Freak, another Jason from over the pond, another one from over the Great Lake. Good evening, Jason, for joining us. Saying, hey everyone, nice hat to Mark and Jason. Thank you very much. And Mark's got the best jumper of the show.
Very nice.
Definitely.
Here we go. We have to watch so we can see what you are up to. Where's she gone? Here we go. Look. I told you she'd be watching. So yeah, we have to watch. We know what you've been up to, and I said that was the case. You know we do. Yeah. In fact, actually, thinking about that, just going on to partners. Do your partners treat you with railway gifts? That's railway products. Do they see? Have you got anything coming from them for Christmas that you don't know about?
I don't very often. My wife doesn't know really quite what to buy me, so it's more of a case of just tell me what you want.
Yeah, I'm the same. I give a list.
Just give a list. Yeah.
The list is the safest bet.
Rach says to me, she just says, "You don't need anything more." That's all I get from her. Why do you want something else? You've got everything you need. You don't need anything else. I'm like, well, yeah. All right. And I'll be honest, I've not bought really anything train related at all for quite a long time. I bought some coaches second hand at an absolute bargain steal price a few months ago. I mean to show them actually on the live stream, which we got them about them. They're actually in a bag in the loft. And that's about rolling stock train wise. That's about it for me. Everything's been scenics, as you very well know. I've been doing a lot of scenics, and it still remains that way. It's got kits, scatters, and stuff like that. That's pretty much everything I bought for nearly 2 years now.
Well, I'm hoping to sneak off to my local model shop on Friday and get myself something for Christmas.
Oh. I'm just now. I'm just seriously. It's been on. She's only been on 7 minutes. Yeah, we'll believe that. Is that subtle hint, Jason, for Christmas as Rach is on? Might be. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. I do leave a lot of hints of things. I do mention things. Whether they get picked up on, I don't know. I have a list, usually an Amazon list, but there's only so much you can put on that regarding motor railways. But I do get asked, but she always screams at me, "What do you get someone that's got everything?" I don't know. Yeah, in relation to my comment. You know what I mean? I'll agree. One beer she bought me, and I couldn't believe it. She bought me 3 locomotives, 1 for my birthday and 2 for Christmas, and I was like, "Whoa, way too much." But I appreciate it. It's and a proud place on the layout. Yeah, I've had nothing. I know, Brian, you snapped up quite a lot at Worley at the members meet, didn't you? Pretty much.
Honestly, I didn't really buy that much.
I've got credible evidence that apparently you cleared out the second-hand store.
Yeah, the rest of us are getting looking. And he just comes over with a bag going, look what I got.
Well, to be honest with you, I mean, I was there rooting around, and I found a couple of coaches. And I thought, oh, they'll look nice, Dave. Or I picked these two coaches up. And then I thought, oh, there's a couple more coaches there. Then his hand comes from behind me from nowhere. And I turns around. It's Steve from Route 7 Railways, and he's after the two coaches.
Did he get them? That's the question. Or did you get them first?
No, I think we both bought a couple each.
Well, there you go. So, Steve, well done. You stopped him from getting everything. He got everything apart from two coaches. But yeah, a great day that actually was, and hopefully, according to Worley, they're all being well with how everything goes. There will be another one in 2022.
Yeah, I was pretty gutted when I found out that Stafford had been cancelled.
Yeah,
I was really looking forward to that one.
Yeah, when you mentioned it to me, Brian, I was getting excited. Oh yeah, I could go over to that. I'll just get a flight over, weekend away, and then I seen the other day it's cancelled. Oh.
Yeah, so I say you came over in July, at the end of the July, didn't you, Mark? From to visit family and took the trip up, and it was absolutely fantastic to see you. But yeah, February the 5th and 6th, Friday's now off the calendar. Stafford Model Railway Show is cancelled. I was looking forward to that as they were going to be in the new venue, well, not new venue, new location at the showground. They were going to go in the main hall, weren't they? Where instead of it being over 3 halls, it was going to be one major hall, which was looking forward to that. But sadly, we got to wait till 23.
Yeah, I think the Oswestry show is still on, which is fairly local to me. That's not until March, I don't think.
I'll have a look. Oswestry Model Railway Exhibition. Let's have a look what we got. It says, oh wait, oh, no, that's not the one.
Because that's at the Oswestry Showground, that one is.
No, that's not the one I'm looking for. I'll tell you what, I've just used the MRYCG website, really, shouldn't I? Because all the information's on there. Right. Model Railway Exhibitions and Events. You reckon it's March?
I think it's March, yeah. I've put it up on my group page. So
what have we got? Let's see if there's anything interesting March-wise. Swindon, Leamington and Warwick. They're having an exhibition, 5th and 6th of March.
Yeah, a little bit further on from there.
Mansfield, Preston, Rainhill, Romsey and District. Thetford, Basingstoke, Saddleworth, Sidmouth, Crawley, East Grinstead, Charlton still only halfway through the Jarrow, Warner Exhibition, the London Festival of British Model Railway, that's Ali Pally, 19th and 20th of March. Still showing us going ahead at the moment. Macclesfield Model Railway Exhibition, 26th, 27th of March. That's another one local for me. But nothing else showing for March. Let's have a look at April.
I think Model Rail Scotland is still scheduled to run at the end of February, but that could change after, we're getting a sort of a lockdown for the next 3 weeks after Boxing Day. So that's starting to get a wee bit too close. That's going to take us to the middle of January. So that's only, 6 weeks before Model Rail Scotland's due.
Yeah, definitely. I think a lot of it's going to coincide with what happens after Christmas. Just looking now at February to see whether it's on there.
I'm sure it's about mid-March, I think it was.
It's not listed on March, nothing.
Have you tried the
I'm going to try the
model shop online thing? It gives you a list of exhibitions.
Yeah, that's what I'm on.
UK Model Directory.
Yeah,
that's
right.
the one. It's on there.
Oh, here we go. What's this? No, it's not. That's old. Right. According to, well, a few years ago, in 2019, it was supposed to have been in June. Ellesmere Model Club. No, that's a different one. No, nothing showing at all for Oswestry. I'm just going to quickly skim through it again for Spa, Oldham, Sidmouth, Crawley, Grinstead, Howden, Jarrow, London, Egham, Durham, Macclesfield. Nope, there's nothing listed for Oswestry in March.
Maybe that's been cancelled as well then.
Yeah, and I've Googled it as well, and I can't see anything showing anything for any dates for Oswestry at all. Only thing I can see is the nationalpreservation.com saying that in 2019 the exhibition was to be held on the 2nd of June, so maybe it's actually June. Around June. Let me have a quick look at June, and then we'll get back to everything. Taunton, Burton-on-Trent, Gloucester. No, not there. Bristol, Peterborough. No, nothing for June. I'll go and check May. I'll work through them all. Just give us a moment. Blackpool, Kidderminster, Leicester, Portsmouth, Wickham, Ayrshire, Denbighshire, Heritage Centre, Crews, having one apparently. In fact, that's the. I'll go back to that one. Stamford, Gosport. If anybody else knows in the chat, no, there's nothing showing there. Nothing listed that I can see as such at the moment, but it might not have been yet added to this listing. I'm not sure. Unless I can't.
I'll have to have another look because I was talking to Timber Surf about it. So.
In fact, he's in the chat right now, actually. Timber, do you know anything about the Oswestry exhibition? Let us know if you can. Simon says he booked the 5th of February off to go to Stafford, but he's got to keep it off now, so he's going to go out train spotting instead. Just trying to keep up, see looking back at other people, what they've said. Everyone was saying obviously that they were looking forward to Stafford. Model Scotland says COVID status, proof of vaccination or exemption will be required to gain entry. Right. Just looking at else. Sidmouth. Yeah, Sidmouth is in March, that's right. No, nothing. Nobody knows anything. Interesting stuff. So we'll have to keep an eye out on that one. Right. So what are we on now? Hour 20. Wow. Going fast tonight. In fact, I've just found a message from somebody. Let me just read that message. All right. Cheers, pal. Someone saying loving the Santa hat. Thanks very much. Yes, someone secretly just sent me a message saying loving the Santa hat. Right. No plans are up to run in February. Right, okay. Right. So right. Oh, what's that? Show Pie Christmas to all model railway makers in chat and to all Tico Sprinter. Good evening. Thanks for dropping in. I know nothing more than what the UK directory is saying. That's from Timber. So yeah, we're seeing it here, and there's nothing listed there. So unfortunately, nothing on it. Right.
Probably been removed. I don't know. I'll have to have a look myself later because I remember seeing it on there. So
might have been removed. I'll have another good look myself as well. But right, so it's the last show of 2021. But you're all going. No, it's the last one. I'm going to have a break over the Christmas period. We're all going to be exhausted from stuff like that. So we're not going to be wanting to sit in front of layouts and stuff. I definitely will be. I can't get in to my layout at the moment. It's absolute tickle there. And I've got a bit of a competition to win prizes. I've got an Engage prize. So you might be interested in winning an Engage prize. I've got an O-Gauge prize. So I don't know if there's any O-Gauge modelers watching tonight. I've got a double O-Gauge prize as well. I did mention the prizes last week. They're here at the side of me. So I think it's time for me to tell everybody what they got to do. Oh, way up here it is. We are West Hill Wagon Works. As far as we're aware, we're speaking with several exhibition managers this week. They are taking things as they come to try and balance the situation if things are still able to go ahead as long as safe. Thank you very much, Chris at West Hill Wagon Works, for mobbing in with that comment. Cheers very much for letting us know. So basically, it's just watch this space every single day. Something might change. Right, so competition. Pretty simple. Over the past, you've got to have seen the shows from over the past 6 weeks, of this being episode 7, and it's going to be entries via email. All you've got to do, everyone goes quiet now.
Drum roll.
All you've got to do is list in episode order everyone that's featured on Modeler's Moment. So you have to email me at barnabasjunction@gmail.com with episode 1, who was Modeler's Moment, episode 2, who was Modeler's Moment, and such and so on, up to episode 6 only. Obviously, this is 7. So I need 6 answers. And then at the end of your answers, I would like to know what gauge prize you would like to be entered for. As simple as that. So Brian, you obviously double O, you'd put your answers down, and at the end you'd put please enter me for the double O gauge prize. But
well, I know who was in episode 6.
Just Series 5 only. Yes, Train Freak. Just Series 5. Answers only for Series 5, which is this current series, which is running now. So if you haven't watched them, you need to go back and watch the previous episodes to find out who was in each week's Modeler's Moment.
I can't remember what happened yesterday.
I think we're all like that at the moment, aren't we? We're just absolutely, everyone's like needs 28 hours in a day, really.
Yeah.
To catch up. Yeah, absolutely. It would be a lot easier if there was still at least that. Can only announce measures for England. Indeed, that's right, yeah. List in episode order, everyone who has featured in Modeler's Moment, put the gauge at the end of the prize that you wish to win. That's right, yeah. And then what we'll do is the competition, you'll need to get your entry in by midnight on the 31st of December. That is the closing date. So New Year's night, Eve night, so you've got till the end of 2021 basically to get your entries in. Simple as that. Just get in touch with me by email, barnabasjunction@gmail.com. You going to enter them, Brian?
Yeah, but I need to go and have a look at all the other episodes first before I write it down.
Mark?
Yeah, I'll be entering.
You in?
Yeah, I'll be entering. Yeah.
Excellent stuff. So yeah, there is prizes for everyone. I'm actually wondering, is there actually any O-gauge modelers in the chat tonight? I have seen O-gauge modelers in the past. I don't know if anyone is in here right now that's an O-gauge modeler. If you are, please just put in giant letters O-gauge, because it's giant anyway, isn't it? There is the O-gauge prize. It's a WW Scenics footbridge fence. I can't remember now. Fence, I think.
Sounds broken.
And we got the N-gauge prize in there. It's that small. It's in the box. I've gone and put it in a box there. Flymo said, I've got a head start. Darlingborough says, I'll be entering. Excellent stuff. I have some O-scale stuff, but only on display. Oswestry says, oh, go on then, I'll enter. Good stuff. It's all good fun. It's all as a thank you back for you guys for tuning in every week and putting up with this ugly mug and waffling on about absolute nonsense, really. But no, thank you. It's great to just to chat with you guys. It's great, especially the three of you have joined me tonight, and just chat with everybody and from the community. It's been brilliant. It's been a brilliant year for the hobby. Been a bit of an expensive year for the hobby, I will say that, because the price is going up and still going up. But don't know about you, Brian. I think the second-hand market's getting a bit of a bashing. What do you think?
Yeah, it's most certainly increasing. I think it's mostly because of the fact a lot of people can't afford to buy new, and some people are seeing an opportunity in the market and bumping the prices up.
Yeah, and the fact that a lot of the new stuff is out of stock because you can't get it into the country.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that have been getting quite disappointed with back orders. I know Jeff Friedman's still waiting for his Deltic, isn't he?
What's that? Hang on a sec. Just totally off the cuff. What? I've just seen something. Hang on. It's about cats. Jason are taking any donations of cats. They just not to cats. Oh, don't tell the wife.
I've got 3. I don't need any more.
Yeah. Funny. So yeah, what about you, Mark? What do you think about the market? Second-hand market seems to be rocketing.
It does. You have to be really careful with prices and know what things are worth, because when you look on that well-known auction site, and stuff like,
I don't even use it anymore.
You're just looking at it going, why that's going for the same price that is new, and it could be stuff that's in stock, and you're just like, that's a ridiculous price for something that's second-hand. You don't know what damage it's got.
Yeah, true, very much.
You know, and I don't have the luxury of having model shops around me that have second-hand items.
Yeah.
So I can only get things if I go to shows or I'm over in the UK and can get to a model shop. So yeah, you really have to be aware of the price of things.
Same in N-gauge. And I've seen stuff in N-gauge that you sometimes think they're actually selling for more than you could buy it brand new a number of years ago. And people are willing to pay funny money. So yeah, you do have to be very wary of what you're actually buying. You do need, as Mark says, you do really need to sort of do a bit of research so that you don't get carried away. And that just drives the prices up at the end of the day, and it'll be the same for everything.
It's very easy to get caught up in the bidding when you go, oh, I need that, and before that you paid.
You paid away over. I mean, that's happened to me. You do get caught up with the bidding. It's like I think fun of the chase or something like that. But you do have to sometimes rein yourself in and just say, look, that's ridiculous. I'm not paying that.
I think a lot of it's down to the fact that a lot of the model companies, they do limited runs. So you buy it at a cheap price, brand new, and they're on limited runs, and within a month, they're on the selling sites for double, 3 times, 4 times the money because there's only so many of them available, which is just stupid.
Well, you only have to look at the Hush Hush that came out.
Yeah,
that's already on eBay at ridiculous prices.
In fact, I think Flymo sent me a link last week for a P2 Hush Hush. Is that P2?
It was just over 700 quid, wasn't it?
It was a P2. I'm sure he said it was a P2, and it went for nearly £1,000. About £800-900 it went for second hand. He sent me a screenshot of it, and I was like, "What?" Just pathetic. It was just ridiculous. But yeah, the modelling companies, they're just as much guilty at driving up second-hand prices. Well, not necessarily second-hand, second new prices, we could call them, of their own stuff.
Yeah, I'm kind of lucky in that respect.
Yeah, I think a lot of it. I do think they do it on purpose, because then they'll see, well, actually, if they're willing to pay that price for that, that means we can put our own prices up, because the people will pay it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a second-hand dealer who actually lives in the same town as me, and I've been using him for years. He's a very well-known person, very trusted, and his prices are probably the best second-hand prices I've seen all over the place. But yeah, so yeah, I'm kind of lucky in that sort of respect, because I mostly deal with him anyway. It's very rare I'll deal with anybody else, unless of course the price comes up really, really good. But he's a fair guy, and he does give you a bit of a discount as well when you're buying multiple items. So yeah.
You just have to make sure when you go to a show that you get to the second-hand stall before Brian.
The thing is though, is if the second-hand dealer that I'm using actually attends one of those shows, he's usually got some stuff put to one side for me already. So, so you've lost before you've walked through the door.
Actually, Chris at West Hills just put this. He says, £30-50 locos, new. They were the days. Yeah. We would like to have that sort of prices nowadays. Yeah, please.
Yeah, you can tell Rachel those curtains are on the way.
There you go. Rachel told you.
I got one here. Yeah, that was the last engine that I bought that was brand new, and that cost me 35 quid.
Wow.
Brand spanking new. And the one before that was my Railroad Flying Scotsman, and I paid £50 for that, brand new.
Yeah.
In the model shop. And that was probably about 10 years ago.
Right. What's
I think they go about 90 quid now. I think they are, something like that.
Well, you know me, Brian, and I know many others. I'm a good haggler, aren't I? So.
Oh yeah.
I've got a few people, a few bargains in the past.
Me especially.
Yeah. Didn't you get me haggling for you at Shrewsbury?
I gave you some money, and I said to you, "So I get that for a £5."
I think it was labelled up for about 20 quid. He said, "See if you can get that for a £5." I think I did I?
You did, yes.
Yeah. Just gift of the gab for haggling, really. So I know the wife doesn't like it sometimes, because she tells me, "Just bloody pay it."
Yeah, so sometimes, there's a time and a place for haggling. But yeah, sometimes if something comes up really, really cheap, you just pay it anyway.
Yeah, it has to be done, because at the end of the day, I look at it as stall holders at exhibitions and stuff. They've put the prices up anyway, because they've got to make the money on the cost of having the stall. So the prices are slightly inflated to what they would probably be, knowing that people are going to haggle and knock them down to a price that they probably are willing to accept to take them. But then I come along and I'll knock them down even further. So yeah. Good stuff. Right, I think we're going to have to start wrapping things up. It's getting on now. Competition is announced. What I will do is, just to remind people, I will put out a community post on this YouTube channel, reminding people how to enter this competition, or I might do a little tiny small video just explaining again how to enter, what is up for grabs, and when the date is for close. But look out for that. I'll do one or the other, depending on if I get the opportunity. But yeah, check out the community tab on YouTube, full details. That I think I probably will 100% do that in the next 24 hours. But thank you very much. What's this now? Hang on a moment. He tries haggling when we are on holiday abroad. I have to walk off, then have a go at him later on. Told you. He just gets a jab in the ribs like that. Shut up. Yeah, I know. I've done it for a few people. And if anyone's with me in an exhibition, don't hesitate to ask me to haggle for you, because I enjoy it. I love getting one over on some stall holders now and then. It's good fun. Right then, guys, thank you very much for joining me this evening. It's been a pleasure to chat with you and to have a good laugh and talk about the hobby and stuff. And we'll see you all in 2022. Just one last thing. Have any of you got videos ready to publish before the end of the year?
Mine's already up.
So your final one's out, Brian? What about?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Nothing apart from my live stream on Thursday. I'll still do that.
Live stream Thursday. What time?
7:30 in the evening, UK time.
Make sure you join in for that. And Ewan?
No, I've not got anything planned at the moment. I might see if I can do a very quick running session if I get some time between now and Christmas Day.
Remember, though, it's a hobby and you don't have to do something. You're doing it for yourself at the end of the day. So, what's that now? You're going to get a jab in your ribs. Hey, fight, scrap on in the chat. So thank you very much for joining me. I'm going to drop you all out now and to help bring the stream to an end. So thank you for joining me. Take care. Have a happy Christmas. I'm wishing you a very
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Yeah. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Very soon.
Yeah.
So thank you very much to the guys for joining me for tonight's Series 5. I nearly said 7. Series 7, Episode 7 of this YouTube Tuesday for 2021. It is the last one of the year. I will be back probably on the 4th of January with the next one. So I'm going to have a little bit of a break over the Christmas New Year period. But don't forget that competition is now going to be open. You can get your entry in immediately if you wish. But what you've got to do is list in episode order every layout that is featured on Modeller's Moment throughout this series so far. So that's Series 5, Modeller's Moments on episodes 1 to 6. Okie dokie. And also, don't forget to put in that email what gauge prize you wish to be entered for. You can only enter for one prize. I will stipulate that. And all entries have to be in because the competition closes at the end of this year. Yes, that is closing at midnight or 23:59 and 59 seconds of the December the 31st, 2021. So good luck to everybody that does enter. We will do the draw in of the new year to let know who has won what. Again, a huge thank you to everybody for supporting the channel, those that have been joined as channel members, supporting the channel, or even just subscribing to the channel. Without you guys, this channel would not be succeeding to what it is today. I highly appreciate it so dearly, and I'm honored that you join me every week for these shows when they're on, or to even just watch one of my videos. It's an honor. At least I'm pleasing somebody with my content. Remember, it is just a hobby, though, out there, guys. We do this as a hobby, and we like to entertain you with our hobby. It is fun. It can be a bit daunting. So remember those that are struggling throughout this period in time. If you've not heard from anyone for a while, why not give them a bell and say, how are you? Those 3 words mean the world to some people right now. How are you? So how are you? I hope you're doing well. Until next time, have a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year from myself here, Jason, and the wife, Rach, she's in the chat, and everybody else in the community, to one another. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. I'll see you in 2021. Bye from me.